We've talked quite a bit about the running config, and we've even taken a look at it. So let's take a look at that again and see what exactly that is. So I'm going to log on to my router. We're going to enable this and take a look at the running config by typing in show running -config. Now, of course, we don't need to type all of that out. Actually, just a show run will do that. We hit enter, and we can see that it shows all the configurations on this router. The configurations that we've made so far, which is some of the password information. We can see on here, we've got our Ethernet interfaces, which we haven't made any changes to at this point in time. We've got a router rip in there right now. We've got our banner and some line console passwords and virtual passwords. So we've got some information in there. Now we want to save this information, obviously. At this point, if the router was to be reloaded or reset, then we would lose all that information that we have. And so we want to copy it. Now, what we wanted, the copy command, to use the copy command, you start out with what the file is that you want to copy. So in this case, it's the running configuration file that's in our RAM. So we do a copy run. We could type out running -config or just type out run. And then I'll use the question mark to find out where we can copy this to. And one of our options is the startup config. So this is the NVRAM. So we can actually save it over in the NVRAM. So if we save it to the startup-config, it's going to save it into the file it uses to configure the router when it starts up. So by doing this, we've actually saved our settings. And we will confirm that. And now we've saved the settings to the router. At this point, if our router was reset or if we lost power, we would not lose all of our settings that are on here. As soon as the router started back up, it would take that startup config and then copy it back into the running config. And we could do that manually also. We can do it manual, start, space, run. And what that will do is if we've made any accidental changes to our running config and we want to bring back our startup config file, then we can use this command right here to reverse the effect and bring up our startup config and copy over the running config. And so we've just done that. As we saw that command too, we can copy both of these over into a server, a TFTP server. So if we have a TFTP server, we can use this command to copy it over to there, and then we'll save our configurations. In case this router ever dies and we need to replace it, then we have those configuration files for a quick, easy reinstall. Alright, so now that I've saved these files, I'm just going to do a reload, and so I type in the reload command and it'll go through the reload process. So that's the startup config, the running config, and how to copy them back and forth. I'm going to confirm this, and there it's going through its restart.